everybody? This is the Anime Squad Podcast, episode 46. My name is Robbie.
And this is Omar.
And this is David.
And before we begin, I want to bring up that we got timestamps for y'all.
Yes.
This week we're going to be covering a lot of stuff, so if you guys want to skip ahead to any particular part that might interest you, please feel free to do so.
Yes, because
we're all on the time bar.
We are here for the long haul, so let's just get straight into it.
Yeah. Before we begin with our anime list, I want to also mention that we added an anime to our list, and one particular anime that we've all here been talking about for a little bit.
Yes.
And that anime is The Spoke Kishibe Rohan, the JoJo OVA,
yes.
episode 1.
Yes, this is a very interesting edition.
Yeah.
We here in the Anime Squad Podcast, we love JoJo, so just seeing this is a delight.
Oh yeah, and especially for me because I've kept up with the anime, the manga, and a lot of the other side stuff that Araki has wrote. But with the Rohan stuff, I never really looked into them in manga or in the anime. And now it's finally on Netflix, so we finally get to, watch this together. It's a 4-part OVA, and episode 1 was a fantastic way to start. It really brought back that good old JoJo goodness that we've been craving for so long.
Yes, so much so. And I like how they kept with the part 5 art.
Yeah. I've really noticed that too.
Yeah, that's why I found it strange too. I was like, wait, this feels out of place because it was during 4.
Yeah.
I mean, during 4
Rohan and all the other characters.
But I feel like in a sense we kind of got a taste of what the part 4 characters would look like in part 5 because we did see Koichi and we did see Jotaro a little bit.
They look different.
Yeah, they did look different from part 5. So now, for the most part, we got to see like pretty much the whole cast except for Josuke. I want to imagine the reason why Josuke wasn't there to listen to Rohan's stories because him and Rohan don't get along at all.
They hate each other.
They hate each other. So that's real hard. So.
Probably with Jotaro or something.
Maybe.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, like, Rohan's problem is mostly with just Josuke, not really with Joseph or Jotaro. It's just Josuke.
So to the episode, which is it's basically Rohan's story of how
he's pretty much telling the story to the group.
Yeah, and how he came upon this mysterious man.
Yeah. And for the most part, even though this is like a Rohan anime, like at least with this episode, it's mostly telling us the perspective of this dude, this 24-year-old laborer, I guess, who just so happened to just
he got cursed.
Yeah, no, his demeanor was just completely off because he was working on putting like bags and stuff, like moving them and stuff, and it was like, oh, you could have just fed this old dude.
Yeah.
He decided not to do that. He took the dick approach to just kind of handling it, got the dude killed and got cursed.
Yeah.
And
it's crazy to see that this show, like, coming back to JoJo property. It feels it feels like rejuvenating or like
it felt refreshing.
Refreshing in general coming back to a show like this.
Yeah.
The laughter I had with the popcorn scene.
The popcorn stand battle. No, that's the weird thing. This wasn't really a stand battle.
There was no stands in not at all.
No, this is all just a battle of wits. With the whole popcorn toss, like the first one where he's like blind, he's like and then the second one with the pigeons, man.
That's what I always love about JoJo. It takes the most simplest little thing that you could think of, but it just hypes it to 100. Yeah. It's like, holy crap. This popcorn challenge was intense.
Also, the craziest thing is we were getting the story from this guy we couldn't see.
Oh, he didn't even have a name.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, he has no name, and then it has that twist in the end of it. I was like, oh.
It wasn't really him, but the curse ended up just returning and continuing.
Yeah, it was just dark.
I felt like we were just listening to a horror story.
Yeah,
that is what JoJo does best.
Yeah, we were basically Rohan in that seat.
Yeah.
It was just cool. It was just very cool, and I can't wait to hear more stories of what he went through traveling.
Yeah, it was really refreshing and just cool to see, especially considering this is like for all of us, this is like our first time like seeing these stories, so it was really cool.
So yeah, get forward to hear more about us talk about, because this is a short one.
This is a short one.
Yeah.
We're only going to be talking about this one. We're going to be taking this one slow. All 4 episodes are out, but we're going to keep it slow. And just give you guys a piece one at a time.
Yeah. On to the next anime. No Ruby this week.
No.
They decided to delay for next week, so no Ruby. Instead, we're going straight to Supposed Kid from the Last Dungeon Boonies moved to a Starry Town, episode 7.
Yeah.
And it felt like a setup episode. Honestly.
Very much, yeah. It's like that episode where where Murray's like dad was possessed by bugs and stuff. It's basically the equivalent of that, except this one deals with a hotel where Lloyd gets a part-time job at a hotel, and basically weird, spooky stuff is happening.
Yeah, there's like a very strange vibe or around this hotel, and it's forest.
It's The Shining. It's literally The Shining. Yeah.
No, yeah, it basically much is. Like when we were watching, I was like, oh, it feels like Clue. There's gonna be a murder.
I said The Shining a couple times. We all didn't say anything.
Yeah, so. Yeah, you said Shiny, I said Clue. I was like, this feels like Clue. So, we all had our different feels of it. But it still had its comedy, especially with
It was funny.
Our main character.
Lloyd.
Yeah.
Just being oblivious again.
Yeah.
How powerful he is. But yeah, we got some new characters in here. Koba, the manager of the hotel.
Yeah.
Kikyo. The maid lady.
Who does not seem all there.
And the forest enthusiast, the Thero 9.
Yeah.
I think that was his name. But yeah, interesting characters. See what they bring to the table into this the future episodes ahead.
Yeah.
And what a coincidence! All our characters also show up in this hotel.
How could they not?
But yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. I mean that.
It's like you said. You said it best. It was a setup episode. We don't know too much about what's going on here. Next episode is going to give us. It's going to shed more light on as to what is going on.
Yeah.
Stuff, so.
Yeah. So we'll see. I mean, what else can you say at this point?
Not much else until next week. So moving on, gonna be talking about our next anime, Mushoku Tensei, episode 6.
Or Jobless Reincarnation. I will seriously try this time.
Yeah, and I want to say that I like how, with what I said, the minor contrivance I had with the last episode, which wasn't really there. It wasn't really like a thing, but this episode did bring up, basically, remember how I said that I kind of wish to spend more time with the characters and throw us into this kind of scenario with Rudy and Eris. This is basically that episode.
This is that episode.
This
literally.
is that episode. Yeah.
Yeah. They literally give us the whole episode to spend time with Iris and the rest of the family.
Ghislaine, yeah.
Both. I think this episode was with both the Beast Girl and
Ghislaine.
Yeah.
I said her name, yeah.
Yeah, and Iris.
Iris,
yeah.
Which I think I grow to fond of Iris. Getting more character development as she goes, and also Ghislaine and
she's
her story with how she survived in the desert.
Oh, she barely survived because apparently her lack of mathematics skill and such really didn't bode well for her. So she was like, okay, I need to learn how to do this. I need to learn basic arithmetic because I'm not gonna survive.
Yeah, it's just crazy. That was a very crazy story from her, and I thought it was funny all around. There was one moment though in this episode where it was like, oh come on man, we really going there with the whole barn.
There was 2 weird moments.
I mean, it kind of goes back to Rudy just being an all-around pervert, and all of that has to do with the fact that that was what he was in his past life. He was a complete sick pervert.
Yeah. So I don't know. I felt weird, but you're right. It does make sense. So yeah, I enjoyed this episode honestly. Just like
it was a nice slice of life. It was. It wasn't anything too crazy. It was just our characters basically going through their day to day while Rudy is, still stuck in his job until the time comes.
For the next 5 years.
So.
Oh, and a little bit of world building too.
It is, yeah.
A little bit of world.
You gotta hear about it really, that whole bit really reminded me of Battle Angel Alita though. The whole city on top of the actual town or whatever, on top of the world. But,
I thought it was very cool. I thought
it was really cool world
nice
building.
touch to it.
Yeah.
They didn't spend too much time on it. We'll see. We'll see in the next episode.
We shall see.
Yeah, so that's it for that. On to the next anime. Horimiya, episode 7.
Mm-hmm.
And man, this I sound like a broken record. It's just that it gets the cute level and just the adorableness level just keeps going higher and higher for me.
So far, I can definitely say that as far as how the year is going so far, Hori and Miyamura's relationship is they're probably my favorite couple so far.
Yeah.
Of the season, I think I'd say so far. But definitely running for the year. I know the year barely started, but I really enjoy their chemistry and I really enjoy their interaction and just kind of how they deal with problems and how they.
I like how they have their situations right now too.
Yeah.
Like right now we're dealing with two relationships in a way.
And
multiple relationships, but it's like two love triangles. That's what's crazy about this one.
Okay, so I remember you bring up the two love triangles. I don't remember only seeing one. What was the second one again?
So it's the purple haired guy,
I don't
Hori
count him, though.
Huh?
It's the thing is Ishikawa.
He does have when he looks there's a certain way where he looks at Hori still. It doesn't matter how
It doesn't matter how involved he is. I guess.
Because he still has feelings, even though he already knows that our main protagonist is I
see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
I think the reason why I don't really count it is
and then that's why that the yellow hair girl noticed that, and that's why she pulled him away from him because he was still looking that way, and then that's when he had that conversation with both of them.
I see what you
mean. That's how I perceived it.
Okay.
And then that's when he talked about the green hair girl.
Yeah.
And that love triangle, right?
And then that became a love triangle in a way.
Okay, I see where you're coming from. I think the reason why I don't think of it as a love triangle is because I feel like because of Ishikawa already was rejected that one time, and even though he still has her in his heart, I feel like in some sense he's going through that acceptance process. It's not really where it's oh, I'm not gonna give up on her, I'm still going to pursue her. He's not really a barrier per se. He's
not pushing for it, but it still hurts him.
Yeah, but I don't think that really means much in the grand scheme of things.
I mean, it hurts him.
I get what David's trying to say.
Yeah.
It's it's not over dramatic or anything about it. I'm still pursuing her.
I'm gonna go for her.
Yeah, it's you could see it in the character's face. It's man, I still what if with the opportunity and stuff.
No, absolutely. But I mean, I guess it's to each his own. As far as I know, I think the love triangle that is definitely in the forefront of the story for now is the one between Ishikawa, Sakura, and name here, but the blonde hair, friend of Hori.
Which is, I think she had the bittersweet ending for her.
Yeah.
That was actually pretty tough to watch for her.
Mm-hmm.
Because you always see her as the happy go-to, but obviously that smile hides so much.
And it's so interesting too, because it's because of just how friendly their relationship is between her and Ishikawa, there wasn't really much of a sign that she was really into him. Because I remember, David, you brought up that you weren't entirely positive if she had feelings for him until like they had the allegory with the whole book thing where it's like, hey, I was wanting that. Hey, I thought you wanted that book. She's like, no, it's okay.
No, but that's why I'm saying I noticed it for those particular scenes, and that's why I thought that way, you know.
Yeah. No, I get you.
And I think in this episode, so it's very cute how they did it. Like it
oh, definitely.
It was not like in your face, but like if you get it, and you get it, and like you can watch it another time to like really get the message.
Yeah, it was handled very subtly, and especially with the whole cookie thing, how they showed the trash can, so you're thinking that like, oh man, she's probably gonna be spiteful. Yeah. She's gonna throw away the cookies because she's upset as to what's going on, but then she takes a bite. She's like, how can anybody throw these away? They're really good. That was handled so well, and again, it's for basically an entirely different set of a love story that's like not even tied to our main pair.
Yeah, it's crazy too. The fact that the purple hair guy doesn't like. There's no intention. No, how do you say the word? Like he doesn't have a girl specifically like that he likes. It's just
like you said. You said, it's because Hori's in his head.
Yeah,
and that's why he doesn't really consider either Sakura or her to. Like
so he probably thought they were just giving him the chocolate. The cookies.
Yeah, just friends being friends.
Yeah. But in the end, we still don't know kind of the result of this, and instead we cut to Hori and Miyamura's long distance chapter where Miyamura went on a family trip for 5 days, and 2 days down the line, his phone battery stopped working, and didn't have the right charger at all. So 3 whole days, and
first world problems right
here. She wasn't able to communicate with him. So
yeah, I like that. Hori was being a typical girl. She was like, did you text me back, or like any like noise coming out of her phone was like, straight up excitement, like, oh, he finally texted me back, and I was like, oh, it wasn't him.
Yeah, and like the whole resolution to that crisis, I guess, was handled so well, and just her trying to win his favor back.
It wasn't like your typical like, oh, why didn't you, like bitty banter or whatever. Though, like they saw each other and they were just happy just to be in the room.
It was just handled so well. Like there's just nothing that I could really bring up. And like, and the funny thing is like in a certain few shots, the anime really had like a movie quality to it.
Yeah.
Like in its animation, like, it was just so well done.
It was so pretty.
Yeah. And the ending scene where like they get intimate and stuff, like that was. Hey, that
hot and steamy.
Yeah, I mean, but like again, it was also handled really well, and just it makes a lot of sense as to where they were going with it.
To me, my favorite parts were where she tried to get him to watch a scary movie, and they were trying to get close to each other.
Yeah, but it kept backfiring.
Yeah, it kept backfiring because he was a scaredy cat.
Yeah, I thought it was funny.
And then the whole brother thing. Too.
Oh yeah, the little brother.
That was so. Damn.
Yeah, I like how you bring up those both moments, because it shows like our characters aren't super perfect.
Yeah.
Like especially with the movie scene, like he's a scary cat and you're trying, but it's just you're not gonna get along with everything.
No. That happens though.
Yeah, but it's super cute, super adorable. It brings so much life to these characters. So like you just want the best for them in the end.
Yeah.
He got me when like, oh, I'm not gonna steal your sister.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, damn.
If anything, you gain a brother.
Yeah. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was beautiful, man.
I love that she was listening to.
Yeah, just eavesdropping.
Yeah.
Nah, man, it was a very beautiful episode, honestly. And like I said, I'm a broken record. It just keeps going up and up, and the sweetness and pretty. It's so giddy. Yeah. I think with that, clears up our love for Horimiya.
Yeah, no, this episode was I know it's one of these anime episodes in this week anyway that really stood out to us.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I like to say so. So yeah, on to the next anime.
Next anime we got is Wonder Egg Priority, episode 6. And
it's all about I.
It's all about I. And like I like how these episodes, like, because I remember when the anime first started, I honestly thought it was going to be more so like a Monster of the Week situation. We get a new egg girl. And from that egg girl, we get like a different monster that she has to fight. And it really never really stuck with that mold at all. Like, I really like where it goes.
This episode got me confused in the same time. Like, towards the end. I don't know, like, I'm not 100% like what happened there, or like what was she thinking in that moment, you know?
Ever seen?
The ending, where like she's running to the school.
Oh yeah, okay.
She's going back.
we jumped all the way there.
No,
that's the thing that caught my eye in general.
No, I get you. Yeah, with because it's been described in the beginning how I's been having problems like ever since the jump. But
here's the thing: is it really the ending?
No, it's not.
Because this is kind of obvious, but the anime, each episode is always told out of order. So your brain basically has to kind of put together
mold it in a way.
Yeah, your brain basically has to put together as to kind of like what sequence goes where. So sometimes it's kind of hard to tell as to like whether the actual ending of the episode is actually the ending of the sequence of events. But I think it is, because in terms of, I feel like this episode dealt more so with denial. Like the process of understanding information. With Ai's case, it's the matter of her mom being in a relationship with her teacher, and just the coming of accepting it, being in denial, where she was taking those cones, and out of context it looked like she was just kind of being crazy. But that wasn't until we found out why it was.
And from all of that was because of the rumors, right? Of how the friend died, right?
I mean, yes and no. The thing is that the whole rumors mainly came from her and her peers. It wasn't ever officially stated as to that actually being the reason. I feel like if it wasn't, I don't think he'd be able to be keeping his job.
Well, no, I think that's what makes it the mystery of it.
Yeah.
Like, he has that aura of like he could be
that's
that person.
The thing.
But from what we've seen so far, he doesn't seem like that guy.
No. So it's all honestly, it's all up to interpretation. So at this point,
they're like speculating, if anything. You get me?
No, this episode had a lot of questions up in the air. It's like, how's I taking it? Is she really going to feel this way, or is like why did that ending have to be like that and stuff like that?
Yeah,
that's how I feel. But it was good. It was good questions. So, and I like the beginning though when they did the title drop of the show.
Yeah, that
was funny.
Yeah, that was cute.
And like especially with the whole like introduction of their little friends or whatever.
Yeah.
Like that was just kind of, it was super downplayed. Like that didn't have its own spotlight or anything like that. They just got it, and it was just mostly Ai's internal struggle in regards to her and dealing with the reality that this teacher is possibly going to just stay in her life.
Yeah. And
again, I think another equation, another like formula in the whole equation is the fact that Nehru brought up the whole like, hey, you also like him too, and that's also kind of has a little air of mystery. Did she actually like him?
Yeah.
Was that actually in her mind? Like it's
yeah,
it does bring up a lot of good points.
She doesn't deny or anything, so like it leaves us being like, what the hell? What are you?
Yeah, and like when she did take that hit, they also showed the teacher in that grassy field with his wind blowing.
Yeah, that was weird. That was weird. I was like, what was this about? That was so random.
So and like the fact that they neither denied nor confirmed it, I think that was a good choice.
Yeah. No, yeah.
And her running towards him, because I thought it was just like just a straight up confession.
Yeah, me too.
To be honest, but no, it was just her just taking that other step forward. It's like, no, I'm gonna come to school.
Yeah. Which
that's weird.
I love that.
It was really weird.
I love the end animation though, where she's like flickering her hair.
Yeah, all around, very eye-centric episode. Very different compared to everything else.
Yes.
'Cause I feel like each episode that came before this was all about setting up the cast, and setting up the extra characters, and sometimes even like the egg girls themselves.
If anything, we got more development for our protagonist.
Just her, yeah.
Just
her.
RMC.
And sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah. So, can't wait for next episode, honestly.
Yeah.
It's hopefully these questions may be answered, or maybe go more in depth with it.
I know. Well, I honestly, yeah, same. Can't wait to see.
And with that, on to the next anime, SK8 the Infinite, episode 7, and
I don't got much to say about this.
This was pretty much
this basically try to answer our question about who was the MC, because even the anime was like, Reki, are you even the MC?
This was basically our this is the anime protagonist much needed wake up call. Hey, you're really lagging behind now. Longa, who's supposed to be your side character, is basically the MC. And you're nothing.
He's outshining you. He's doing everything better than you.
If anything, he was being a Debbie Downer. Like he was doubting himself. He was just taking the low.
Yep. I like it though, because it shows that Reki's still dramatized of Adam and that performance that he did on him, and it's just like it's not going away.
No, but it's not only Adam; it's also Longa.
No,
and
but that's what kind of fears him to like keep pushing forward, because he still pushes forward through the episode, especially with the jump he's trying to do. But like it's with Longa and then with Adam, and just him even like willing to do it again, or just pushing forward, and that's what's like kind of bringing him down. And I thought it was cool to see it with him, honestly.
That was pretty much it. We were also getting like a setup to the tournament. They announced the tournament.
Tournament arc, kind of.
Tournament that was basically hinted at for the past couple episodes is finally underway.
With Adam.
Adam was fully able to tell us that this is indeed happening.
And just a little backstory with Adam and the older guys.
Oh yeah, we got a flashback of them in the past.
Yeah,
they used to hang out together.
So yeah. No, this episode was straightforward and just answering the one big question we had: who is the MC?
Yeah, it wasn't anything super crazy. It was literally just it was basically just that, just them answering that question.
Yep.
And with that, we move on to the next anime.
It's we're gonna be talking about Promised Neverland season 2, episode 6, and it's kind of weird. The last week we didn't even bring up the fact that there's no new episode of Promised Neverland.
I know we forgot about it.
We just straight up just ignored it.
Yeah, because it was just a recap.
Yeah, the last episode was 5.5, so I don't think you guys needed to hear us just talk about what already happened.
Yeah, I completely forgot that we didn't bring it up.
Yeah, no.
That was funny.
So we're in episode 6.
We're in episode 6, and so this one's another one, kind of in regards to kind of where the direction's going to be going. Not much in terms of events, but more so as to, okay, we have Norman. Norman's got his own posse, but now where do we go from here?
The thing that's crazy, I guess, for this one is that what are their plans? And we get their plans within this episode where Norm wants to kill all of them, all demons,
Yeah.
all the demons, take them out. While we have Ray and Emma saying, we don't want to do that.
Well, not Ray.
Oh, no,
Emma.
Emma,
and it's just that, Ray is basically supporting what Emma wants.
Pretty much. There you go.
Which is interesting, because I feel like that's showing us a lot of character growth on Ray's part, because for the longest time Ray was just kind of like just kind of this loner dude that was kind of doing his own thing, and I mean even in the beginning he
wasn't ignored her most of the time, huh?
Yeah. No, yeah. And that's what gives Ray that
depth, because Yeah, because in the beginning, Rei wasn't even like from the very beginning, it was Emma and Norman.
Yeah.
That
were the ones together.
Yeah, they were the ones together, and like Rei joined as like the third person later on.
Yeah.
But now it's like the complete opposite. Now it's like Emma and Rei, and Norman is just kind of like doing his own thing now.
Yeah, which is crazy where Norman is now, like how he's turning out to be to his group's eyes, and like he's pretty much like a savage. Apparently, he's like
it's I mean, it just shows just kind of like what happened with Norman, especially with his circumstances being changing so drastically after he was sent from Grace Fields to Lambda, which is a known, which we learn is a facility that mainly focuses on experimentation. So hey, I mean that stuff like that can really change a person.
They were also experimenting on adults too, right? That had the numbers, right? If I'm right, or no?
No, you're right. Yeah. You're right. I mean, it's just humans in general.
Yeah, humans in general.
But I think they mainly specified that these humans were just from farms. So
yeah.
I want to say that they just kind of kept them around as kids and just let them grow up, or
because we got
whatever.
New characters.
We got new characters. I don't really care about going into them. They're all just basically, they all hate demons. One just happens to just be chowing down on one of them that they just killed, and then they all just got serious hate boners for him.
Yeah.
So it just kind of basically is just meant to give us more of a setup as to kind of who, like what alignment we're supposed to be fighting for, and
pretty much the ending of this episode was pretty much Norman and Emma and Rei are sitting together, and bam, there you go.
Yeah.
They were to explain each other's plan.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens next episode.
Yeah, and I mean the way the episode also ended too was just them bringing up Mujika and just kind of seeing like it's like, oh, she's actually the heretical one, so we don't know what that is. So
yeah,
cliffhanger.
Yeah,
wait to find out in the next episode.
Yeah, I really like what how Norman knows about this character.
Yeah.
So that's
because it does bring up a good point. Is that these demons, they're meant to be like, oh, you know, if they eat humans then they gain their intellect. But how did Sanju and Mujika survive this long if
they never ate humans?
If they didn't eat,
so to say.
That's why he had that face.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
we don't know about the details yet, but we'll find out next time.
Yes. So more questions up in the air with this Promised Neverland. The one that has no questions is the next anime. Cells at Work. Code Black, episode 8.
Yeah.
That episode was pretty bad. Like as in like the where they had to go through.
Yeah, it's another flavor of what can seriously go wrong, and this one didn't need to have any germs. It's all literally just the body not taking care of itself properly. You got blood, you got good old broken blood vessels, bodies upon bodies of red blood cells, blood clotting, which is
that's
basically
the worst thing ever.
Yeah, imagine just a giant Katamari ball of corpses just rolling towards you and just blocking the lungs. Oof.
Yeah, man, that's
not cool.
That was like the most scariest, honestly, episode.
Yeah.
I think, like, just thinking about it.
I was thinking they were about to die.
Yeah, but then one fell swoop. There you go. The body's just gone, kaput.
Yeah, man, it was intense.
Yeah.
It was intense, none to say. And how our little red blood cell hero just comes through.
Like, hey, we got this other not as important blood vessel that we can be able to go to get to the lungs. So let's do that, guys. Yeah, let's do it.
Power, teamwork.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, man, that was. Oh, and they killed your favorite characters in this episode too, David.
Mario and Luigi one.
We
didn't bring them up once, I don't think.
Oh no.
No. We might have.
Well, that's what we used to call them every time because they were recurring characters.
I know.
hated them.
I know we kept calling them. Well, no, David kept calling them Mario and Luigi. I want to call them Wario and Waluigi because they're not like Mario and Luigi where they're.
Well,
like,
this
nice.
is a bad body, man.
Yeah,
I could picture them, being bad Mario, bad Luigi,
Like wow, Waluigi. Except they just
Mario and Luigi.
It's just their colors.
Anyway, the Mario Brothers died.
The Mario brothers died, yeah.
And yeah, they saved the day. The body's still intact, but in episode 8, they kind of left in the cliffhanger. They were like, "Where the hell are the white cells?
Yep.
Where'd they go?"
That's where the setup for episode 9 comes in, and overworking and not enough cells.
Yeah, that was crazy. To see that the body was like already like missing stuff already.
I mean, is it really that crazy? Because like with how many cells end up dying?
It started getting worse to a point where even they in the beginning they said, "Oh, this hasn't been working for a long time, a while." Remember?
Yeah, because
when they go to the liver, they're like, "Oh, I guess we can't get detoxified. All right, let's just keep working."
Yeah, it's crazy in this episode because we get to revisit all the places we have, and like each of the places, like
they're shutting down.
Yeah, it looks like no one's there, and it's just like these germs are just taking over.
Like little by little, this body's shutting down.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it right now. I feel like the end of the season.
They're all dead.
Yeah. It's like what else is there to really show? I mean, the whole point of Cold Black is just to show how bad a body can get, and hey, what's worse than just being dead?
True.
It's sad and morbid, but it happens.
It's disgusting with the worms.
Oh yeah,
the ringworms.
Athlete's foot.
Yeah.
But it's normal though. I mean, I guess it's normal to us, but.
I mean, from the threat of the germ, it seemed harmless because they were so tiny. But since there's no white blood cells, it was a pretty difficult task.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of thinking, like, oh man, this guy's probably contracted AIDS or something. Because like body's like just literally has no defenses.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't think it would get to that point.
It sucks for our red blood cell because he's trying so hard. He even met the new guys.
Just a handful of new guys, just 4 new guys.
Yeah, which is
that transport all your oxygen around your body. Like, come on.
Yeah. So yeah.
And even the ending was mean spirited. Like, it had good intentions, but it was so bittersweet. Like,
it was
like
probably like not like most of the episodes in Cold Black, they have a nice ending to it. Like there's a little bit of hope. This one was like they accepted their fate at this point. It's like you saying like they're gonna die.
Yeah, like, hey, because the buddy was like, hey, come look at the city. This is the city.
Yeah.
It's not just you, but it's everyone here. Everyone is doing their part, but then you just kind of see them roaming around like zombies.
It's nuts that he even broke at a point.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
He broke down. He it's funny too because it started with him being like, no, I'm not going to end up like my senpai. I don't want my kohai to be like this.
Yeah.
But then when he broke down, he literally said, like, hey, we can't give up. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep going.
The cycle never breaks.
Yeah, it restarted again with him. I was like, damn.
Hey, man, it's tough being a bad body.
It is kind of interesting though, like how it kind of came up at once, because for the most part, like it didn't look like anything fazed him, but then like you can tell that like this is all starting to gradually get to him.
Yeah, the exhaustion was killing him.
Mm-hmm. So it's just not like through his experience and stuff, and like because we see through his eyes, and it's just like, damn, man, I don't know how you keep that smile up.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking forward to the next episode because I feel like the worst that's gonna happen is AKA death. So we will see on the next episode, Cold Black.
Yeah,
but now we move on to Cells at Work Season 2.
Good body, 7. Right?
Kind of. We have issues on this body.
Yeah, about that.
I feel like it was Cold Black again.
Now we got good old Cancer's back.
Yes, Cancer Cells back, baby.
Yeah.
And it threw me off surprise when he was not alone in this one, with the help of a very powerful cell. I forget the name of it.
It's a receptor T cell.
Yes, it was just like
which I think was really cleverly well done, because the whole problem with cancer is that cancer cells they mess with their DNA. They mess with the host's DNA a lot. And because of the fact that cancer comes from within rather than it being external, it makes sense that your immune system won't attack it, because it's its own cells.
Yeah.
It's not going to attack itself.
Yeah.
So that was actually really well done, even though it was like oh man, like they're actually trying to fight, but like
and they can't do it since cells can't fight other cells, or else that's causing the issue.
Unless it's cold black and like the killer T cells like attack its own hair cells.
They lost their minds though.
Yeah,
so maybe that's what they gotta go do. They gotta lose their minds.
Yeah, but no, this is the healthy body though.
I know. It's supposed to be the one make me feel more happy, but this one made me feel worse, especially the ending with my little germ man. He had to watch this,
lactic bacteria. Yeah.
The normal cell.
Just it looked like he was gonna get raped.
Yeah, I know.
He was gonna get taken down.
Yeah,
he was
man.
about to die.
I wanted to cry in the end.
Yeah. Things were not looking great, and again, we only have one more episode left, so we know where this is going. Mm-hmm. This is mostly just this is just mostly set up for what's to come for the final battle.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it's so weird that this season of Cells at Work is only going to be, just 8 episodes. 7, and then next week 8, and then that's it. Yeah, so, man. I'll miss it.
I'm going to miss it too, because watching Cold Black is going to be very tough. Mm-hmm. Not knowing we're not going to jump into a good body after.
I know. We'll see. Hopefully things turn out well in the end of this one, so we'll see.
And my little Jeremy friend, is fine.
Yeah.
All right, on to the next anime. Dragon Quest Dai, episode 20.
Yeah, and am I surprised that Flazard survived?
No, we are
somewhat
not surprised. We were not surprised because I literally thought he was gonna die. We were gonna go off the tower and then go on to our next adventure. But he actually extended himself with the help of
Mistvarn,
yes,
the other Dark Lord.
Yes, who was voiced by Dio.
Yeah.
So I guess that thing wasn't a heart. It was like he pretty much split his body in half, and half of his body was killed. But his other one was alive,
it was his heart, but I guess since they didn't have like a flame spell or something.
No. What happened? Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, since they had like a water spell to rip the other fire part of him, like he was still alive and something like that. The power of magic, baby.
Yeah. But right when they were about to take down his other half, Mr. Varn showed up and he's like, "Oh, I got this super special armor that you can totally wear. And you'll be invincible.
You'll be a god."
Yeah. Didn't even last the whole episode.
No, I didn't.
Nope. Basically die with his eyes still covered in Yunkel's blood.
I think Vistavar
still slapped him around.
I think Vistavar was just making it for fun.
Yeah, I mean he was just there to test him.
He believed in him.
Yeah, he was just there to test him. Like you could tell that Mistvarn is way more powerful than he's letting on, but he's like, I'm just gonna test him, see what happened. Oh, and speaking of characters that survived, Hadler is still alive.
Now I was not surprised. Obviously, he's our big bad guy.
Yeah.
So for him to survive, I was like, what? Really? No.
Yeah, he survived how many encounters so far?
Two? Three?
3 technically, because he survived the first fight with Avon so many years ago. Mm-hmm. Then he survived Avon's sacrifice, including the fact that Dai did it. And then the fact that both his hearts got stabbed at once by Hyunkel's attack.
With the power of magic, baby.
But he's still back. Good God.
God, what could kill this man?
Who knows at this point? Even if you disintegrated him, he'll probably still come back because of magic or whatever. I made a clone of myself. That's how I came back.
Last minute, baby.
Last minute.
We'll see.
We will see. Oh man. But yes, Flazard finally dies.
Finally bites the dust.
We finally have a character that dies in this anime.
No, but his eye was still there.
Yeah, but it was cool how Dai did the final blow, his his finally true Avant Slash.
Yeah, that was really cool. And then the fact that Princess Leona's ice was still like intact.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man,
well, she's dead.
really. No, but then Mom, she came through. She decided, like my gun is the only thing that could be able to melt the ice, but it has to. I gotta blow up my gun in order to do it. Go fire 120% basically.
I'm gonna miss that gun.
Yeah, that kind of sucked because it was a gun that was given from Advan.
Yeah, but they were able to save her and party time.
Hell yeah. Kingdom saved.
Shunkel is pardoned, so like okay, you gotta continue your quest. And it just sucks that like they do him and Crocodile do their own thing. They're dark. You gotta just work in the shadows.
We'll see them eventually.
I know.
It just sucks. Like since when she said that command, I was like, yes.
I legit thought that he was gonna like join the party.
Yes.
Join the squad.
Yeah. Yes, but he is still helping, but just like in his own way.
He's like the Riku.
Yes.
Of the group.
Yeah.
So, and then we get a tease of our next villain,
which
is the Dragon Master guy.
Yeah.
So we'll see with him.
Who seems to be voiced by Kirei.
We're getting the greatest villains roles.
Chilling with the villains.
And with that, on to the next anime. Oh, this is a big one. Jujutsu Kaisen, episode 19. Woo! Oh my god, dude, right? Woo!
There you go.
This episode was intense, boy.
Yeah.
Literally start right off the bat just with the chase and just it goes up to like 1100. I don't know, man. Just intense.
Like Studio Mappa, like just literally just absolutely killed it with this episode.
Yes, man. It just
kills it most of the time, but this episode just went up the roof.
Yeah,
it was
a home run.
It was so awesome. There was so many great moments, like just like with the fight himself, and just the fact that there's teamwork in these fights. Like they do combos, they do call outs, they just like are attacking the enemy. It's just like, wow, this is next level. It's rare to see this in anime, so I'm just like, all right, cool. I'm feeling like a little kid again.
Yeah, it's just such a delight to see, really. Like see,
it's also cool that the fact that the villain is not like an easy villain. He's like, or her, him or her was really difficult for 3 people in the beginning. They were struggling.
I mean, it helps that like throughout the series we're just kind of going through this sort of hierarchy of like all these different curses, and like the more we get to see them, the worse and worse they get, and it's slowly, Gojo's not going to be around, especially with this whole anti-Gojo field. So
which is funny just to say out loud.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, do you want to talk about the stars of this episode?
The stars are none other than Toto and Yuji.
It's funny too, because the girl says, like, oh, don't worry, we're about to be saved or something like that.
Yeah, Maki's like, they're here.
They're here, and then came down like superheroes.
Yeah, they sure did, man. My man did a hero landing and everything. And it was funny. I was laughing a lot in this episode too. It's just with their whole bromance on the screen. It's just so, and just him accepting him being his best friend.
Yeah, I love how Yuji like it's just kind of actually reciprocated it. Like he was like, let's go, brother.
This time he joined along, and that was the most entertaining thing to see. I'm like, now he respects this man.
It was heartwarming. There was a lot of laughs, a lot of hype. Like this was a good representation of how I felt and like throughout this whole episode.
Dude,
tell me.
It's difficult, man. it's usually you don't see this type of fights in general. For me, I think.
Yeah. So
what do you
think it felt like to you?
Yeah.
All right,
Probably.
so you know that one picture of like Joe Rogan like in that UFC match.
Oh,
with
the big excitement. Yeah.
That was me. That was
Yeah,
my
man.
face.
Honestly, I was in the edge of my seat, man, most of the time. Just watching it happen, like especially with our villain, Hanami.
Hanami,
Yeah, it's just whatever it is. Just really powerful moves. Like it's not holding back or anything. Like to the point, like even like pull out its arm, which is I think it's cool, honestly.
The thing that was awesome too was there was a moment where Yuji was getting mad. And our bro here ends up slapping him.
Yeah.
He's like, no, man, don't get mad.
It's like, that's a good emotion, but you won't need it in this fight.
Yeah.
Like, think of something else. Think of a different emotion. And it's just nonchalant, just slapping on your guy.
We didn't even expect it. It just came in.
Man. It's just so fast. Just like how Yuji reacts. He's like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
So, yeah, all around, this was a banger of an episode, honestly. And it just gets us more hyped for the next episode, man. Just woo! I like to say, man. Oh man, woo! I'm so excited. On to the next anime, man. That's all I really can say about it. Attack on Titan, final season, episode 10 or episode 69.
Oh my God.
And we get more backstory, right? With the time.
Yeah, the layout of the episode was pretty similar to the last episode. It was just it was flashbacks, but you also get to see glimpses of kind of what was going on in the present. Eren is still in the brig for basically what he did in Marley, which is to be expected.
Yeah.
This as this season progresses, we basically see more and more that the whole Marleyan part was all Eren. That he didn't consult with anybody about any of this. Like he basically just played them like puppets, and their loyalty to him is kind of wavering. It's very very questionable, very much so. But we also see with that the flashbacks that basically tell us on how and why the folks at Paradise Island know as to kind of like what's going on between the Marleyans and everything, and it was really refreshing to see, honestly. But at the same time, it also kind of puts our heroes back in that position where they're just basically being prosecuted for who they are and what they represent. So it kind of sucks.
No, yeah, there was a lot of like interesting reveals in this episode. Like obviously with Mikasa and her her bloodline, I guess.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Like I never knew about that, so it was like a big drop on that. And then Historia, what her plan was. Yeah. Which is like, what the hell?
Yeah. Like, very messed up stuff.
Yeah, man. It was like, we're really doing this, and like you could see in everyone's face, like we're really doing this. Like this is like why? Like this is the last resort, and just it's tough, man. It's tough, and we get to see our group and just like spending more time together. And
it was difficult to catch up to this anime because it was just a back and forth kind of thing. Like it would go back to like the 2 years, and then it would go back to the present time, and then
What's sad about this also is that like the two main factors is to kind of as how you can tell that like whatever scene they're showing is a flashback episode is if Eren is present and if Sasha's present.
Yep. Yeah. That's how you really tell.
That's how you can definitely
from Eren's
tell.
hairstyle and body.
Not so body.
No, not
just
body.
Hairstyle,
His hairstyle in general. Yeah, because then I noticed also Mikasa's hair being a little bit long.
She still had her. Yeah, she had her original hairstyle.
Yeah, original hairstyle. So that's. I was like, okay, we're still 2 years right here. All right.
Yeah.
So that's where I was getting confused a lot.
No, but yeah, like this, like Attack on Titan does what it does best, just bringing the world building, like two keys, so you could get the major points of it.
And what I like about like showing these flashback scenes in context is that it kind of shows you where that it kind of shows you that nice bridge and that gap between season 3 and 4 because because up until season 3, up until the end of season 3, everything kind of followed cohesively. But then by the time you reach season 4, obviously you get that 4-year time skip and everything. And that's basically where that whole thing was kind of like what happened with Eren and why he's acting the way he is just kind of like goes out the window. So it was really cool to see, but it's nice to get to see those pieces in between as to like how they even reached the mainland of Marley in the first place.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was very good, and obviously the whole like, do we still trust Eren?
That's gonna be tough. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Especially with Gani, he was like,
Eren.
Honestly.
Yeah, so that's difficult to know what's on Eren's mind right now.
So we get to see what happens next episode. I guess I want to say one more flashback or two.
The continuous kind of thing that we're going through right now. Yeah, I can picture that.
Yeah, because there's still a lot of plots, holes that need to be filled.
Yes.
So look forward to that, and then on to our last anime of this week, Dr. Stone Wars episode 5.
Still keeping true to our double feature. We're finally fully caught up.
Yeah, we're finally caught up.
Oh, I guess we forgot to mention that we're all caught up with Cells at Work season 2.
Yeah.
So that's why. This is basically our last week where we're doing the double feature for that anime as well as this one.
So no more double features.
No more double features for these anime. We're just gonna stick with the 1 episode format since we're all caught up.
But yeah, on to Dr. Stone.
Yeah. So episode 5, it basically is tank acquired.
That's what I had. That's what I said too.
That episode was pretty low. Like they were just pretty much making the tank. Well, Chrome was still in the
gel.
I think that's kind of what the anime excelled best at, is like when we get to see these inventions just kind of come forth and
to Senku's mind and stuff.
Yeah, and like when we have like these kind of scenarios, it's like, oh snap, it's like. We had to save Chrome, so let's go into building that tank, So
yeah, because I like how like in the episode it goes from the steam engine to like the a gorilla cart and then to
an actual legit tank, with the actual paper plating, and I was really creative. I really enjoyed just seeing the process of it. I mean, just any invention that they make in general is just really cool to see.
Yeah, I think that's the charm of Dr. Stone itself. Just the whole getting to that point, because if it was just the war aspect of it, I guess it wouldn't be as interesting.
Right, and just to show how crafty Tsukasa is in regards to kind of seeing how far ahead he can tell where Senku's at in developing these trinkets and stuff. He's like, oh, they got a steam engine. We already got a plan. It's like, how do you know this? It's like, I get it, you're the villain of this whole thing, but there's you just kind of just know where this is coming from.
He's hearing it from a distance.
I guess so. He's hearing it from a distance.
Because
I like how you said that, because that did bother me too. Because I know he's smart. He's a smart villain, so that's why he's playing defense.
Right.
He's playing very much defense, but it's where do you think steam engine? That's what they're coming up.
Yeah, what if they just already made an airplane, man? What are you gonna do? It's I get you made these traps and stuff, but
that's very caveman-esque.
Yeah.
But we'll see, man. That if those traps work or not.
Yeah, and we'll see it next episode.
Yes.
Because unlike episode 5, episode 6 actually had a lot of stuff going for it, and it's all Chrome.
Yeah, it's all Chrome, baby.
Chrome was the man in this episode.
And it was funny too, because they thought he was gonna pretty much babble everything,
Yeah, I mean.
He did in the beginning. He was babbling on. Of him being a scientist and stuff.
But one little detail I really liked is that their whole Senku and them their whole plan in creating the tank, they brought up the fact that the tank only went by one singular turning mechanism, whereas a regular engine usually uses 2. But I've just remembered that the reason why he only opted for 1 is because he needed more. Because he didn't waste time into making the 2, because he even said he thought that oh man, Chrome is just gonna spill the beans and everything, so they just focused on just making this as fast as possible, so they didn't focus on making that dual thing.
Yeah, it was a one-trip ride.
It was a one-trip ride, and then that was it. So that was actually really clever. That was actually really like clever, like on the story's part as to kind of why that it was.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, going into like the whole breakup thing for Chrome, I think that was really cool that we get to see that, and then also the fact that the perspective shift happens with basically the Yo, who's the corrupt police officer in charge of guarding Chrome. Mm-hmm. He thinks that he's a primitive man. I thought that was really cool.
He thinks he's one of the big honchos.
Yeah.
And Yo being a typical bad guy.
Yeah, what you guys think of Yo? I mean, he wasn't like
generic.
Yeah.
Guy.
He didn't stand out as much.
I think that was a point though, because he again like his whole ego is just basically he thinks that he's like the top four. He thinks he's like the four heavenly kings.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, bro, what are you doing?
But yeah, I just love how we get to see Crom and his wits and smartness just really pull in.
Who knows who gave the battery to him?
No, yes, that's
the main setup for this episode.
I want to say it was that
the Archer guy.
Yeah,
yeah, because they've been toying at the fact that he's not like his alignment is not kind of all that there.
Yeah, plus he's the only one that has seen that gadget being used, so he's
but at the same time for Chrome, he thought it was the friends.
Oh yeah, there. Maybe. Yeah, that could be it too.
No, but it was funny though for that scene because he was hiding stuff in his pants.
Oh yeah.
I think what made it kind of weirder is like his idea of like who the Taiju and Yuzuriha was like, I think was kind of hilarious because we were doing that, and plus like the stuff that he put in his pants. I was like, oh my goodness, kind of inappropriate, but
yeah. At the end, he escapes.
He fools Yo into thinking he has tuberculosis. Oh no, not tuberculosis, pneumonia.
So funny, man.
Yeah.
That's just the smartness of Chrome, and he can handle his own weight.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm glad he's back in the gang, and we'll see from next episode though.
That was really cool though, like the fact that they didn't have to put in that tank in there.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have to go through the whole motions of, oh no, it's a trap. No, it's able to escape.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah, very cool. Now they can keep the tank if they really want to.
Yeah.
And with that wraps up our animes of this week, and we head straight to the news. We have so much to cover this week.
We have a lot to cover. So honestly, the fact that we kind of we didn't have much to talk about for most of the anime kind of helped us in our favor because there's a lot we gotta cover.
Let's get started.
Yeah, so as you all know, we covered the Crunchyroll Awards a couple weeks ago, or a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
What we would think that would win in these categories, and now they have been released, and it happened yesterday, I think. And here we get to reveal who won and what our reactions of it. So, to start off, let's just rip the band-aid. Anime of the year! I had for it was obviously Jujutsu Kaisen. I think, did you also have for Jujutsu Kaisen for Anime of the year?
It's been a while. I don't remember.
It's been a while, but in general, the winner was Jujutsu Kaisen.
Yeah.
So I was actually excited for this one.
Yeah. So that was 1 point for me, I guess. So that's very cool to see.
If you want to hear our what we picked, go back to the video.
Yeah, because President me doesn't even remember.
So yeah,
it was. I guess you could count it a season since it was counted for that year.
Yeah,
that season was awesome.
But obviously from this week's episode and that past season, I feel like it was well deserved.
Yeah.
Of Anime of the Year. So. That had some very heavy contenders, but I thought Jujutsu Kaisen deserved the win.
Yeah.
And on to the next category that we also mentioned, Best Protagonist. Who won Best Protagonist, David?
Katarina.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. I did not expect that. That's cool. That's very cool. Yeah, I did not.
I was amazed too. I was like, there was other good contenders, but Katarina gets some love on this one.
Yeah,
this category.
Very cool. I feel like underrated show maybe.
Yeah.
But it is getting second season, so get to see more Katarina and her wits.
What did you think about Ravi? Her.
I think she's fine.
All right. Move to the next
All
one.
right, now best antagonist.
Oh.
I remember this one very well. I picked Sukuna. I remember that one. Did you win?
Yeah.
Oh, nice!
Me and Ravi, we remember this one. We picked Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel was
so. Yeah, I guess, yeah.
No?
He wasn't there for most of it, like a lot, but
Hey man, whenever he showed up to the screen, man, you felt the evilness. You felt like he was the bad guy, bro. Especially in that final, the last 2 episodes in the first season. He's like, he is a bad guy. Like, you cannot trust him. Can't trust Sukuna. But yeah, man, I'm happy for that, actually. All right, we're just speeding it through. Best boy. Who won best boy, man? Was it Gojo? Had to be Gojo, right?
No, man.
Who won best boy?
Can you say it out? I can't say the name, Ravi.
Shoyo Hinata from
Haikyuu. To the top.
We don't have any opinion on him, unfortunately. We never saw Haikyuu. If we did, we might have been like, yeah, we understand, but we can't relate.
Yeah.
For us, our best boy was Gojo.
Yeah.
That was upsetting.
Yeah.
It is upsetting, but maybe if I watched Haikyuu, maybe I can understand the love for him.
Yeah.
But, oh well. I feel like it was deserved.
Congrats to anybody that's fans of him.
Yeah, and then best girl.
Best girl.
Who won best girl?
Kaguya Shinomiya from Love is War.
Nice.
Yo.
Kaguya.
That's a good pick, honestly.
Good pick.
I feel like it was well deserved. I didn't pick her, but yeah, I'm not even mad.
Yeah.
Very good pick with Kaguya. So well deserved. All right. Yeah. I'm interested in this one. Best animation.
Keep your hands off Isekai.
That's really?
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
Oh, that's also what I had on my list too. Yeah. All right, dude, I'm gonna roll.
Yeah.
Dude, awesome. I feel like that is well deserved.
Yeah.
Funny thing that is about animation.
Yeah, so that's perfect.
That category in general was difficult because a lot of these shows had a lot of good animation. So good thing Eizouken did it.
Yeah, oh, totally, man. Yeah. Like, you feel it in those scenes and stuff, and just the process of making anime.
Pretty much.
So, on our last category that we covered in previous podcasts, best fight scene. Was it God of High School?
No.
Not God of High School. Who got best fight, bro?
Deku and Overhaul. My Hero Academia.
Whoa,
Season
what?
4. Yeah.
Deku versus Overhaul?
Right,
yeah.
So
it was the one where she's carrying the...
Oh, the final fight.
Yeah.
Oh. That was a cool fight. I don't know.
Even though, what was it? God of High School, like, for its story, it wasn't, like, the best. But when it came to that fight scene with Juri and Han, I think that was the best fighting scene.
Yeah, I think so.
That was my pick, and I was upset when this one won. But the popularity for My Hero, it makes sense.
I mean, that fight was not like, not bad to say the least, especially for a final battle. But, good for them, and the next season's coming out pretty much soon. So
yeah,
checking it out.
So, and that's basically what we were interested in. And if you want to check the full list, it's obviously online. You can watch the whole event. And tell us your opinions about it and see if you felt like it was well deserved or you feel like they were ripped off. And with that kind of wraps up our whole Crunchyroll winners.
Yeah, now we move on to basically the categories that we thought was really interesting from the Nintendo Direct.
Yes, a very big one.
Yeah, and the first one we're going to be talking about is the Triangle Strategy game that... is being developed by Square Enix, part of the 2D HD series that Octopath Traveler is categorized under. And I guess out of the three of us, I have the one that can be able to talk about this one the most, seeing as that pretty much right after the demonstration for the Direct, they actually released the Triangle Strategy demo. and I got to play through the entirety of it. And as a demo, this is actually really meaty. It had a solid like 5.5 hours worth of gameplay, about 2 maps worth of fights. Story-wise, it didn't really have much context. I mean, it literally like warns you, saying that like, hey, you know, the story might not make sense because they literally throw you into chapter 6 of the story. So yeah, it's chapter 6 and 7 of the story. But from what I've seen so far, like it's really mature. Like the story is really dark, at least from the point of view from the story, I can say. I mean, can we talk about like kind of what the story's about? I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's just a demo. It's a demo, so y'all can see it.
Open.
Plus, they talked about it in the trailer, like what the story's gonna be.
Like it basically shows like the whole Frosty Kingdom, which is like I guess the main bad guys that's in charge of iron, and like the Salt, which is basically what the Wolfort Kingdom is, and that's basically the protagonist where he's from, Serenoa, and him and his whole ragtag group of like freedom fighters are basically fighting this Asfrosti guys. But the problem is that like Asfrosti took over this other kingdom, as I guess is the Crown Kingdom, and it's all just downhill from here. Like the main elder son gets killed, the king gets beheaded. A lot of messed up stuff.
I'm curious. So how's the gameplay in general?
I like the gameplay. Like the gameplay isn't like Fire Emblem, where like you take control of like, you know, all your units at once for like one turn. It's more so that like, okay, one character gets a turn, and then like right after this character gets a turn, and then so on and so forth.
Yeah, when I saw the gameplay of it, I very much highly insinuated as Final Fantasy Tactics.
Yes, like honestly, the best comparison I could give for this game is that it's a cross between Final Fantasy Tactics and Octopath Traveler.
Yeah,
the presentation's Octopath, but the gameplay is Final Fantasy Tactics.
Which, it's music to my ears because I've been dying for another tactics game. It's been 10 plus years since we had one, so...
Yeah, my only complaint about the game is that I feel like the gameplay is just way too slow. Like, the way that combat works is that it feels satisfying when you get the kill, obviously, and I like the combat mechanics where like if you have the positioning matters.
Oh yeah.
So if you attack the enemy from behind,
it's more damage.
Then you do more damage. But and like when you have 2 characters, like 2 of your actual like
you can
pieces,
do like combos.
You do combos.
Yeah, it's just like tactics, boy. Oh, that's music to my ears, man.
But they also have like each class also has their own unique spells that they can do, like their own unique stuff. So Griffin Riders and stuff, they have access to like their own like super physical attack damage that they do, but it's only like one turn, or like one space away. Ice mages, they could be able to create ice walls, kind of like Mei from Overwatch.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
It's some really interesting like mechanical stuff. Again, my main problem is that I feel like gameplay is a little too slow. I feel like if you want to kill one guy, you basically need to send like 4 dudes after him just to kind of take him out.
No, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
The Final Fantasy Tactics strategy of it, and just from my prior knowledge of playing Octopath Traveler, I like the art. It's very beautiful to look at, especially like the old school way. But I just have one gripe, and it is the story. That, like, you know, the gimmick is the 8 characters and the 8 paths.
I'm curious. So, what do you think the title would be for the game itself? Like, because there's multiple characters, right?
That's another thing I want to bring up. Actually, Omar, just do bring up the story. Is that the way they handled like choices? Because I feel like this is the type of game that's gonna have like multiple endings. I really like how they handled the way that the decisions are made. You know, quote unquote. Because it's not a matter of the main protagonist gets access to like what you can talk about. It's a matter of, okay, so you have your you have your group, and it's basically all just a group decision as to kind of like what they can do, and you can actually be able to influence what they think of the current situation by basically talking with them and giving them ideas and stuff and gathering information from the towns.
Kind of like D&D in a way.
No, it's
no, that's very much Octopath Traveler because you do the same thing in that game.
You talk with NPCs.
You talk to the townspeople and like gather information on side quests or the main quest itself.
But the difference is that this is like an actual like a full on game mechanic that's like okay, we must go to the scales of conviction. We must all cast our votes. Even though like ultimately you're the one that decides, but you need to basically know what the right thing to say is. And the biggest conflict with what the demo preceded was, we have the prince that they're looking for. They don't want to mess with us if we give them the prince, but do we give them the prince or do we keep him and we fight him off? That's basically like the main choice that they're basically trying to give you.
It gives me another vibe now that you explain it. The Banner Saga and their choices, because their choices really mattered, and especially like who was in your party and like who died in it too.
Right.
So just the fact that you're talking like that, it gets me more excited, man. Like honestly.
Yeah, and I think like going back to your original thing with the working title, I guess. Obviously, Triangle Strategy is not the actual full title.
So don't get scared.
I think if I were to make a title for this game, I would probably go with
The Three Houses.
I can't go with that anymore. I don't know. I guess what they said, like the Salt Iron War, because it is a war. It is a straight up like war game with war politics and everything like that. Like it's a melodrama. It's a war drama like through and through. Like it's mostly politics and centered around this major conflict with like hunting for resources and like all this other stuff. So
all right.
But yeah, it's a solid demo with. Again, I have minor complaints with it, but I'm hoping that they iron it out, especially with the camera. I swear to God, like I spent like a good solid like 5 minutes just messing with the camera, like with the inverted controls and inverting horizontally, normal and vertical. Like I was like, this is so
the game's slated for
a 2022 release, yes. And if any of you guys, of course, this is a free demo, so if any of you guys happen to have a Switch, you guys can also be able to play the game. Layer the thoughts and opinions. You can also comment on here too what you guys thought.
Yeah, of course.
But more importantly, you guys could also leave a survey for the developers themselves. Unfortunately, I thought they were going to be giving you the opportunity to do that like once you beat the demo, but it's actually more so that like, I guess they're just going to give you the survey on a later date. So be sure to do that so you guys can leave them the notes and to kind of like what they can do to improve the game.
Yeah, it's always good to have feedback to the game developers and make it more enjoyable game.
Definitely, but yeah, I'm looking forward to this for 2022 for sure though.
Hey man, you convinced me.
All right, now moving on to our next bit of news. No More Heroes 3 is fun. We get our nice good old date for it. It's August 27th.
Yes. How do you feel about this, man?
I feel great. Like it's so weird because again, after that 2 weeks, like it literally changed me into a super mega like No More Heroes fan. Like I'm really excited for this game. Previously I wasn't.
Did you enjoy the trailer?
Yeah, I enjoyed the trailer.
Did they keep the similar style from the 1 and 2, or is it changed?
I think it's definitely more so with 1. Because the problem with 2 is that you couldn't even explore the city. Everything was all just go here, go there. And I think they brought back the open world. I hope they did. Oh, but I did notice that what they showed off in this trailer that they didn't before is that there's actually a couple of mechanics that was actually in Travis Strikes Again that wasn't in 1 and 2, which is the glove system. Because in Travis Strikes Again, you play as Travis Touchdown, of course, and they actually give you a mechanic in the game that actually lets you equip different abilities that's mapped to your D-pad. and they involve you being able to control people with psychic powers, electric abilities, fire abilities, be able to create a healing field and stuff. And they actually brought that mechanic back.
It's funny too. The whole trailer was about aliens.
Yeah.
They were saying they're gonna fight aliens for sure. Aliens.
No, because they said that like Travis versus assassins. Wait, aliens?
Aliens?
Yeah, because before the whole the past 3 games, Travis's whole thing was to fight assassins to become the #1 assassin, and in this one, he's fighting aliens from outer space. That's the whole thing.
All right. Weird, but
yeah,
sounds fun.
And that's kind of like the whole point of No More Heroes, is just to kind of like just be weird. And,
one more thing to ask: are you gonna play whether a handheld, like hand controller, or are you gonna actually have
stick with the controller? I'm gonna stick with my Pro Controller.
You want to shake it around?
No, they actually integrated the motion controls really well with the Pro Controller. At least from what I played on with the other 3 No More Heroes games on Switch. They integrated it really nicely, so I'm just gonna stick with controller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then the next bit of Nintendo Direct news we're gonna be talking about is Mario Golf Super Rush.
Yes.
Coming out on June 25th.
We haven't had a title in this series since the GameCube.
Yeah.
So that's a very interesting return.
What do you think about the trailer itself?
It's golf, baby.
It's just golf.
Tiger Woods with Mario.
Dude,
you think you gotta add Tiger Woods in this game?
No.
Probably not.
Did you like the new Rush mode?
Oh, it looks fun. It looks very different to say. Like it's like Speed Rush golf.
Yeah, I think I hate to say this, but like the only 2 things that really grabbed my attention for the fact, for Mario Golf, this one is the fact that there's a story mode, and there's the Super Rush mode, which allows you to basically play like a traditional 3D style Mario game where you just run towards the ball and everybody tries to race. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
I feel like this game is definitely going to be a lot more fun with friends. This is a shoo-in to just kind of have around in a party, just have a jolly old time. Like it definitely looks really fun for that stuff. So
yeah, no, these sports Mario games have always been like that.
Yeah, they always knock it out of the park with multiplayer.
Yeah, that's the biggest aspect. Do you think they'll have online?
I think so.
Yeah,
you think so?
It's a staple. I'm hoping it's like a staple now with Nintendo. But the problem is that their online's never not really the best though.
Yeah, so we'll see. I have my doubts about that.
Yeah.
Coming out June 25th.
June 25th, yes. Exactly 2 months before No More Heroes 3.
On to the next little game here.
Yeah, Neon White. It looks cool. I think what grabbed my attention for this game is its aesthetic. I like the light blues, the sky kind of thing. The fact that we're killing the devil in heaven.
It's crazy because
cool.
you're fighting demons in heaven, and it was crazy. The reason why I'm interested in this one is one character in particular, because it was a voice actor that I know the most, but also Rabbi, he wanted to talk about this game a lot more, and it's what was it, Ninja?
Ghost Runner.
Ghost Runner, and it has a similar kind of fighting way. I'm not 100% sure, but it looked like it.
It has a similar gameplay of Ghost Runner, or like I always point out, the Super Hot. Like it has that one shot you're dead kind of mechanism.
Yeah,
it's a quick, fast-moving game.
Yeah, high reflex kind of gameplay that Neon White brings to the table. And
what did you think, Ravi?
I don't know, honestly.
That's how you didn't see the trailer for you?
I didn't really see it as Ghost Runner,
no?
Honestly. I mean, I guess with the whole one death thing, but I think he uses cards.
Yeah,
cards has different type of weapons. That's the only thing that's different.
Yeah, I guess.
Because he had also the dashing thing too.
Yeah.
That's what it got me similar to, because it was movement to kill the enemies quicker. That's what I saw.
don't have much else to say. I mean, y'all were talking way more. I didn't really have much else planned to talk about this game.
I mean, yeah, it looks interesting. I mean, for me, honestly, it doesn't appeal to me. But I can see what this game brings to the table.
I wanna get my hands on a demo version of this first to kind of see if it is for me. Like I said, I like the aesthetic. I like the designs and just kind of to see what's going on. But like, the gameplay, I feel like kind of leaves a lot to be desired. I can kind of see the comparisons with Ghost Runner, but like I don't know. Like it's hard to say for now.
Yeah, I guess the only similar thing is that they're assassins in a way, right?
Ooh.
Or he's not an assassin.
It's hard to explain.
It's just that type of gameplay.
Yeah.
It's a fast-moving game.
It's fast-paced. It's
fast-paced
for sure.
fast
Yeah.
lane.
Yeah.
I think that's what they were trying to point out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's coming out winter, so look out for that.
Yeah. Hopefully by then we'll have a good understanding as to what this game is, but for now it's literally just a teaser.
And on to the next. We have a lot of fighting game news, so we're just gonna call this segment just fighting characters.
And the first bit is it is actually no, you're right though, because it's a nice bridge between what we've been talking about and what we're about to talk about. Yeah. It's Pyra Mythra.
Yes, Pyra Mythra
in Smash.
Yes.
Man, it's just so weird to talk about because it's like. This character reveal is like literally, I feel like it's like for me. This is like my character right here. For the longest time, it's like we've got all the other characters and everybody at least wanted a piece of them. And like for me, this is it. Like, this Pyra Mythra, like this is my character. It feels great. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, man. What's your take, Omar? Since you don't know the characters as much?
Okay. So obviously, from the last character we had Sephiroth, which is a lot of people's favorite villain and stuff. And this one, obviously, Sakurai knew what he was doing. This is dedicated to the Xenoblade Chronicles fans, which they were dying for Rex and Pyra to be in the game.
What did you think?
What I thought, I was interested in the gameplay, honestly. I have no connection to the character or to the franchise whatsoever, so it didn't affect me as much as like Sephiroth or like Terry from those reveals. But the gameplay did get really catch my interest because they brought back the Zelda mechanic where like you could switch characters and fly, and just like how Pyra and Mythra just play, it has me very intrigued just to get my hands on, see what these two characters into one, how they fight, and like obviously how Smash Bros. Play, they always stick to one or like they could adapt to both styles of the character. So that's gonna be very cool. And like it's just Sakurai doing his magic, bro, bringing the fan service. It's including the stage, man, with the Grandpa Dragon and all the
Gramps,
all the party members from that game. So it's very cool to see, like coming from not knowing, but like it, just him doing his magic, bro. It's just. Man, it's beautiful, man. That's my take on it. What about you, David?
For me, I played a little bit of the second game, and I'm so far enjoying it. I can't wait to play with these two. In a way, we'll see how their move sets are different. And what else? We get actually Nintendo. No, we've been what? 2 characters already from Nintendo now?
Yeah, we had Min
Min too, so we have more representation for Nintendo, so that's good. Other than going third party or first party, we're getting all of it, It's for everybody.
Yeah.
I like this.
It was a very good pick. It's not like a well-known franchise, but there is a fan base of like
and it'll create fans too, because they get to know about these characters, and that's how Smash is in general.
Yeah,
gets you into the franchises,
Yeah. Yep. Yes, sir. Yes. Yes.
On March.
Next month we'll see more detailed move list, and that's always the exciting part of the character.
Can't wait.
So yeah, bring hype for that. And quick news on this one. I don't know when this came up, but Tekken 7 teased a new character, I guess from like a woman, like businesswoman from
Poland.
Poland, yeah. So
we weren't expecting this.
No,
this is a weird character to even talk about.
Yeah,
because we don't know anything about
it. It was just a tease. When does the character actually get revealed? Do you know?
It was like today.
No, like the full character reveal.
Oh, who knows?
Yeah, so that was a weird drop, but that's cool. I'm pretty sure it might be a new character to the Tekken series.
To the Tekken series,
or maybe just a reimagining of an old character. Who knows? This character roster is huge. At this point, so looking forward to that.
DLC 18, right?
Yeah, 18, 19, Jesus. But you know, we'll see with this new character and what it brings to the table.
Pretty much.
And another quick update news: Samurai Showdown. They obviously revealed a trailer to Cham Cham, and
of course we talked about it.
We talked about it, but the big news. This is really caught me off guard. They teased about of Samurai Showdown is crossing over with Guilty Gear. A Guilty Gear character is going to come into
collaboration
to Samurai Showdown, and here in the Anime Squad podcast, we just kept speculating who would they add to Samurai Showdown. What kind of character will fit that mold? And we already have guest characters in Samurai Showdown, like the Warden, and obviously the chick from Last Blade 2 as being the next DLC character. So we would just, I don't know, man. Like I feel like they'll put like one of their the characters that represent that franchise will be Soul Bad Guy or Kai. Honestly,
I think Kai would be it.
Or if they want to be real tricky, they'll add that new samurai guy, the vampire one. So if they do, that would be awesome. Because that fits that whole his play style. So Samurai Showdown.
You would pick the samurai guy to join it?
Yeah, it fits so well. But if they put Soul Bad Guy, that would be badass. I just can't wait to see what his super would be, just dashing through the screen.
That's true.
So that's exciting. That's a very exciting news. Bring more awareness to Samurai Showdown.
Yeah, because who knows what character is coming in.
And also gives me that speculation of maybe Guilty Gear is also doing that with maybe a crossover with Samurai Showdown in their DLC plan.
We'll see.
I'm very excited for the future on that one. So that really caught me off guard. So that's very cool. And speaking of Guilty Gear, this literally just dropped on us as well. The final character of Guilty Gear
to the roster,
added to the roster, the 15 member. I think I called this one, but it was no surprise. Ino, the witch musician, joins in, and I love her new design. I think it's very cool. I think it's very badass, and just like, you know, I can't imagine a world without Ino. Just she is kind of like Guilty Gear. She's kind of like the original roster to me at this point, and just fighting with the guitar. This is so cool. And the music notes. So yeah, man. Obviously there's other characters that they would brought, but that's obviously why we got DLC. You know, I'm talking about Bike End.
Oh yeah. Their roster is probably going to be huge too eventually.
Yeah, knowing how fighting games are with their DLC practices these days.
Now they become like that, huh?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any fighting game that has a short roster for DLC.
No, everybody loves a big roster, man.
Yeah.
You think more of us Capcom for that. So yeah, man. Exciting to see get revealed.
And the collaborations too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Most definitely. Hopefully. Maybe Guilty Gear gets a guest character, which would be very new to that franchise.
Yeah.
Yes, so looking forward to Ino, man. Just see how she plays. And then
Robbie.
Last gaming news. King of Fighters revealed Kyo and Chizuru.
Yeah.
In their those characters and how they play, and apparently they're in the same team with Iori, and that's very interesting.
What did you think, Robbie?
I think it was cool. It's been a long time since we've seen Chizuru in a KOF game, so it's really cool to finally have her playable again. And Kyo's also back. You know, Kyo's designs kind of harkening back to his old school design.
His roots.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Obviously, we all knew Kyo was gonna be in it, so there was no way they were gonna leave him out. But yeah, Chizuru, that's a new face to me, at least.
Yeah,
to say.
Me too, as well.
So
Rabi's the one that's more knowledgeable of her in general.
No, yeah. So,
but she looks interesting.
Oh yeah, especially with her super, it was pretty buck wild.
Yeah. Yo.
And with all that news said, that's gonna be it for the podcast, man. What an exciting time to be anime fan.
We got through a lot of stuff, bro. Oh man, you know.
It's a very exciting time to be an anime fan and a gamer.
Yeah.
So with that being said, I'll close this podcast.
Want to do it? All
Yeah,
right,
I'll do it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and share if you think we're cool and all that delicious stuff. And leave a comment, see what we can improve, or anything. Just say hi. Yeah. With that, my name is Omar.
My name is Robbie.
And this is David.
And thank you guys. Bye-bye.
Laters.